Alright, today I'm going to be talking about the Django CMS. We are, for our capstone, thinking about using a content management system, so we're going to try this one out. It's similar to other content management systems like WordPress in that its strength is other people can add and edit content without knowing how to code. The benefit is for the developers that this is in Python with the Django framework as opposed to PHP, which WordPress uses. So I already got it installed. If you go to the tutorials over here in the documentation pages, it's pretty self-explanatory. Make sure you have Python installed on your system and Django, and then you're going to create your virtual environment and then install the Django CMS installer, make your project, and make your site. Once you've done that, it takes a few minutes depending on your internet speed. Go ahead and start the server, and you'll have your web page all built up. So this is the one I have just with some basic content in it. I'll show you kind of how it works. So right now it's viewed as published. We were in edit mode there. And this is what it would look like without this top nav bar that goes away in production. So you can see everything here. We have our content and our 2 pages. A little navigation here. Second page, first page. If you want, you go ahead and edit by clicking the edit button and then select any one of these things. Double click and you can change the content here. It's very easy. It's got a nice GUI here for people who want to change anything about this. And now when you save it, it saves locally. It doesn't publish to the website for that. You have to publish your changes first. And now your pages are live, as we would say. Another way to edit, once you're in edit mode, is to click over here. And it has the different types of content that are available. This is a footer. This doesn't come default. You have to add it, and I'll show you how to do that. They're called placeholders. And if you add a static placeholder, obviously static, it's not dynamic, and you give it a name, the name is footer. And so I just added that in here in our base HTML file. That way all of our other files that inherit from base.html will have the footer in it. So you do that here. You can click on it and also edit it here. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Let's go over to some of the administrative powers. You'll start out with, it'll say the example, example.com. You can change that here by changing what your display name is, and that just changes, obviously, the name of your site. You also have the basic authentication and authorization functions here. One thing I like is the recent actions. You can see all the things that have occurred recently. So if you're an administrator, you want to see who made which changes and when, you kind of have a log of that right there. Another thing you can do is you can add applications. If you go through the tutorial, it's going to help you install a basic polls application. So one where you can create surveys and have people answer them. I created a simple one, and when you do that, it shows up. Sorry, let me go back. It shows up as one of these applications here on this administrative page as its own little section. So I made a question. You can create a new question. You can edit one that already exists. Which bear is best? You can see which ones have received votes already. It looks like the black bear right now is the best. And it follows a simple Django structure. You just go to the polls URL. It lists all the polls that are available. We only have one, and you can go and vote on that. So really just wanted to show there is how you can integrate different applications into one. You can make it seamless, and also how it is very easy for somebody who doesn't code to take over and change and edit this content. I was really impressed with it. It seems pretty user-friendly. As of now, of course, I'm only in the basics with an hour worth of learning, but it was really interesting. So if you're thinking of using a content management system, I think Django CMS is a good choice. It's worth a little bit of learning, and like I said, it's in Python, which makes it a little bit easier for the coders, I think. So a good product and worth the learn.